Today, I've got 4 players who will have a chance to win actual cash money, as long as they can keep up with each other and my wild whims and whimsies. Let's see if they can pass the buck. I'm Corey Annotato, and it's time to pop off! Hello, everyone. Good Saturday night to you. Welcome to Pop Off. This is a game of words and allegedly being very funny, but at the baseline, we just want them to stay alive. I'm going to ask our contestants some questions. They're going to have to try to answer me to the best of their abilities, and someone could walk away with $50 in cold hard cash. Isn't that exciting? Woo! All right, if I can have all of our contestants unmute themselves, because again, we're on Zoom, because studio space is risky. Not even expensive, just risky. We'll talk to our contestants in a second, but first we have to talk to the arbiter of truth in our little Zoom bubble, Kat Carrion.
Hi!
Hi, Kat.
Hi, Corey.
How are you on this beautiful fall evening?
I'm doing well. I'm just thrilled to not be at work. Work has been hectic because of the world as we know it, so I'm just thrilled to talk to people that aren't panic buying chocolate milk and toilet paper.
Kat, thank you very much for being here. Now, Kat is our judge. There are some of these questions that are pretty self-explanatory as we go through the game, and if you've seen our previous episodes, you will know a lot of times they make a lot of sense. When they don't, we go to Kat. She is the final arbiter of whether things are true or if they are untrue. I don't want to say false because it seems like it's going to harsh everyone's mellow. Let's meet today's contestants. First off, we have a comedian, a filmmaker, a podcaster, and she has hair the color of strained plums. Anna Van Thuyne.
Strained plums. Okay. Yeah. It's my aura. It's hot pink. Just like my headphones. Beautiful. Thank you. I love your blue hair. I love the fact that everybody's doing the colorful hair now. It makes me so happy.
It's the only thing that can bring us joy in these dark times.
Yeah, it could bring people together.
Thank you for being here, Joe. Joe or Joanna, or do you not care?
You can call me Joe if it's easier.
All right. It's what's gonna come out of my mouth. Probably,
we've known each other for years. When have you called me Joanna?
Like when I'm mad at you.
Like my mother.
Yeah, exactly. If I remembered your middle name, it'd be thrown in there too, but I don't. So thank you for being here, Joanna.
Thanks for having me.
Next up, he wrote Domestic God, and I can't wait to find out what that means. It's a local high wire improviser, Dan Baldwin. Hi, Dan.
Hi.
What is a domestic god?
It's the same as a domestic goddess, but the male version.
What makes you so domestic gaudy?
Just being a stay-at-home dad.
Oh, okay.
Cleaning, being more in shape than I was before kids.
That's fair. Oh yeah, because you just have to lift them all the time.
Yeah, and working out. That helps.
Oh well, how do you find the time?
I do it really early in the morning.
Terrible, miserable. There's no such thing. Thank you for being here, Dan. Next up, we have a singer from somewhere in, you said Connecticut. And I don't remember if that's accurate or not.
I said Massachusetts.
What's the difference practically?
Oh, there's a difference.
Is there?
There really is.
We'll dig through what that is. But welcome, everyone. Amy Wilkinson.
Thank you.
How are you on this wonderful Saturday evening, wherever you are?
Fantastic. It's great. It's cold here too. Okay. I, unlike Kat, am not really loving that, but it was a beautiful day. So
good. Well,
I had a milkshake today.
You had a milkshake?
Yeah, doing well.
Oh, what flavor?
Chocolate banana.
Oh, classic. Yeah.
Right?
Even if you do poorly today, you will have already won. So
I am so psyched for that.
So much for being here, Amy. And finally, On the application, he wrote a retired game show participant, which, I mean, that's a hard undersell. Welcome, everyone. Paul Goebel.
Oh, well, I appreciate. I'm going to take that as a compliment.
For those who don't know, tell us what game show you have participated in that you no longer do.
But long before I had this beard and all this gray hair, I was the TV geek on Beat the Geeks for 2 seasons on Comedy Central.
Fine game show that filled most of my after school life at that period of time.
I get, it's nice every once in a while someone of your generation will come up to me and go, "Oh man, the TV geek. Oh, I used to watch that." When I first retired and moved to Arizona, I was doing a stand-up show here, and a guy who was working at the restaurant said, "Oh man, I used to watch your show all the time. Used to run home with a friend. Can I get a picture? I want to send it to my buddy." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." Hey, I said to the guy, "I'm doing a show here in about 10 minutes." He's like, "Oh yeah, I just got off." But did not stick around. But that's the life of a retired game show participant.
Oh boy. Well, thank you for coming out of retirement from game shows long enough to join us on Pop Off. Let me explain how the game works. I'm going to pose each of you a question. For each round, there will be one question. Each player, I will go down the line, and I will ask you to answer the question. If you do so successfully, we put 25 cents into the bank. Hopefully, if I have not misplaced my safe areas, you can see at the bottom of my screen that the jackpot is currently at $1. We start every game at $1 whole dollar. This is like playing bingo with your grandma at church. It's not big money, but you're going to think it is. So each correct answer gives you puts 25 cents into the pot. If you give me an incorrect answer, you get put under pressure. The next player in line can then pop you off the line with a correct answer, and you will be eliminated from the game. Once one player is left standing, that player will go to our pressure cooker round. Will they have a chance to win 50 cold, hard dollars? Woo. With that in mind, oh yes, one more thing. If you give an answer that I don't think is completely on the level, I will give you the opportunity to explain yourself, and you will have to convince me and Kat what you are saying is not bullshit. It's after 10, sure. That's within the minute of YouTube, right? Yeah, we'll be fine.
YouTube, yeah.
Yeah. So if you can convince us that what you've said is not complete malarkey, then
you can't say that.
Oh yeah, pardon my French. If you're fucking malarkey, figure out where that goes.
Twice. Jesus, Corey.
I know, they're gonna kick us off of Zoom, guys.
Rein it in. This is the internet.
If you if you can't convince me and Kat that what you're saying is on the level, you will be put under pressure. With that in mind, we're going to start with round 1, and we are going to start with Dan. Dan, you're going to go first. So excited already. Here is question number 1. What I'd like you to do, everyone, is, there's the card. I made cards, game show. Name a 2-person power dynamic. For instance, a teacher and student. You can't say that one, though. So, Dan, we'll start with you.
Batman and Robin.
Yeah. I'll allow for that. Well done. That sound means that 25 cents is in the bank. Our bank is at $1.25. Joanna, you're next in line.
Theater director and cast member.
Yeah, that'll be absolutely fine. Paul.
Coach and athlete.
Absolutely fine as well. Amy.
Lawyer and client.
Yeah, sure. We've gone through 4 players. Each of you have given a valid answer. $2 is currently in the bank. Kat, how have you been liking these answers so far? Promising?
They're promising. They're very traditional.
Okay, that's fine. Answers. That's absolutely fine.
I'm into it.
As we turn the screw, we'll see how weird everyone gets. Dan, we're back to you, as my screen says.
Dominatrix and submissive.
That is absolutely a 2-person power dynamic.
Nailed it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem. The gloves are off.
Let's do it.
Joanna, you're up next.
A boss and a secretary.
Yep, that's certainly a power dynamic. Paul.
Wife and husband.
Yeah. I think I'll
Okay.
let that slide.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
At any given point, someone has the power in that dynamic. It's never the husband.
Good answer, Corey.
Amy, 275s in the bank so far. Name a two-person power dynamic.
Okay, we need another one. Non-traditional. This one was pretty
You can
traditional.
whatever you'd like.
This is exotic dancer and audience member.
Ooh.
We're all very horny, clearly.
Hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
Kat.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm getting hung up on this, but
I
that's
don't know
I would say that's a pretty valid power dynamic, is it not?
You never accidentally paid half your rent to a stripper like I didn't? I'm just saying, you never did that by accident one time in New Haven, Connecticut?
Never done it by accident.
Oh no. No, that's always any money given to any stripper. I've been fully in my I don't know what I'm saying anymore. It's never true. I've never even been to a strip club. That's fine. Yeah.
Oh, that's why he's unsure.
Yeah. Oh no, I've never been to a strip club. It's weird. I don't know. Dan, there's $3 in the bank. Remember we're playing a game show? Name a two-person power dynamic.
Sorry, golfer and caddy.
Oh, shit,
Golfer-
I was gonna say that one.
Golfer and caddy. Yeah, I've seen some abusive relationships in that dynamic. Joanna.
Landlord and a tenant.
Ooh. Also very good. Paul.
Doctor and nurse.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. I like that power dynamic a lot. That's why I watch Scrubs all the time. All 8 seasons of Scrubs. Amy.
Yeah.
Name a two-person power dynamic.
Officer and enlisted.
Ooh, I like that. And your phrasing. Well done. $4 are in the bank. No one's put under pressure yet. So we go back to Dan. Dan.
Race car driver and pit crew.
I want this button. Kat. Here's where I'm going to get very technical here.
Okay.
The question is, name a two-person power dynamic. Would you consider the pit crew to be one person?
I think they act as a unit, yeah.
Okay, is that the precedent you want to set here?
That's where I am as a person.
All right.
I knew I loved you, Kat. The moment I saw you.
Man. Love you too.
She loves you because it's not it's not her money. Joanna, name a two-person power dynamic.
This might be the sexiest answer that we will hear tonight, but a sorcerer and the apprentice.
Yeah, I love Fantasia, so I like how you're like, this is sexy. However, I'm like mouse in a coat, fucking making
I'm
brooms
picturing like
work.
a big wizard and just like a young, like Sword in the Stone.
A little a Twinkie. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sword in the Stone, also a Disney movie. Wait a minute.
Yeah, no.
It's just
It's done
Corey.
things to me.
It's just
Clearly.
Paul. Two-person power
Okay,
dynamic.
Well, based on the precedent we've already set, I'm going to say politician and constituents.
Yes, I think that's perfectly fine. Amy, $4.75 in the bank so far.
Right, and I just forgot what I was gonna say. So
Oh,
now I
no.
have to come up with something new.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Two-person power dynamic.
Writer and publisher.
Yeah, that's a really good answer. Ooh, you guys are good. $5 in the bank so far. Dan.
actor and actress. Actor and actress.
Kat?
See, I really want Dan to love me because we just said we were friends.
It's true,
I need
but
more friends.
I'll give you 100 friends later. They might be Russian Twitter bots, but
I can give you 200.
shit. We're not. No, that's not No. Kat.
You're the one throwing it out there.
I feel like an actor and an actress are technically equal.
I mean, think about J-Lo and Ben Affleck, right?
Yeah, but they were one at one point.
They were.
They were a couple.
But they were a power couple.
They were Jennifer, Ben-Affleck.
I can't get my head around the notion that an actor and an actress have a power dynamic. I feel like an actor
Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, well, you keep naming two people who have an existing power dynamic who are also actors.
Like husband and wife.
I can't.
What about leading lady and leading man?
They're equals. The power lies in the director or the person getting them coffee.
Yeah.
Why does the power dynamic have to be? Why does it have to be one greater than the other?
That's the definition of power.
They have equal power.
Dynamic implies
equal power under the law in the United States, Corey.
I can't give now. You're trying your best, and I appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. Look at me.
I see how.
No, I just a dynamic would imply that there is constant inequality. So, if they are equal by your own admission, then there is no dynamic.
You just played yourself, Dan. Come on.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's the definition of dynamic. I think that you just made up the definition of dynamic.
Kat, should I hit the button?
Yeah.
Hit the button.
Joanna.
Yeah.
Dan is under pressure. If you can give one final valid answer, you will have popped off Dan. Dan will pop himself off, probably.
This gets really the weird.
Please.
I'll turn the camera off.
Thank you very much. I was going to ask.
You don't want to get banned off YouTube.
Name a two-person power dynamic.
The head of a drug cartel and a drug dealer.
Wow.
Absolutely right. Yeah.
Breaking Bad.
I'm sorry, Dan. But you have been popped off.
A process or system characterized by constant change, activity, or progress.
Right, so if both are equal, then there is no constant change. You keep proving my point, Dan!
No, I was saying you were right.
Okay, good. Good.
Great job, Corey. You're doing a great job. Keep it up.
That's appreciative. Joanna, we have 3 players left, so Joanna, you're going to start our next round. Maybe. You're going to start round 2. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right, here's the question. Name a food Kat and Corey would take to space. Let me explain. In the part of space where Kat and Corey are going, there is water, ample soil, a heat source, and cotton candy Faygo. So therefore, do not give cotton candy Faygo as an answer. Joanna, we start with you.
I think you're going to want to take something that you'll treasure and you want to document historically. And knowing Corey, he's going to want to take a cheesesteak.
You didn't need all that. You could have just said cheesesteak. That's absolutely fine.
But I had to validate it.
Fair enough. Paul, name a food Kat and Corey would take to space.
Well, based on that you've already got cheesesteak and soda, I would think you're going to need some chips, potato chips.
Yeah, you want some chips?
Yeah, I do. I do want some chips.
I don't want to be inconsiderate because I will smash a whole bag of those Nashville hot chicken chips from Lay's.
Oh,
I have
so
not
good.
tried those.
Oh, they were a limited edition. They may be hard to find nowadays, but they are very good.
Sounds good.
They're very good. They use pork. They use pork in a seasoning, but that's what makes it so good.
Nice.
Ooh.
Amy, name a food that Kat and Corey would take to space.
You're probably gonna need some cereal.
Kind.
Not gonna eat breakfast?
No. What kind of cereal?
Oh, what kind?
Choose
Kind.
a sweeping question.
How about Cookie Crisp?
Yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely right. Cookie Crisp is fantastic.
Yes.
For those who were not in the green room, which is everyone watching, we were talking about how much we like Cookie Crisp. So that's a good callback. That's excellent.
Insider trading.
See, you were listening.
Yeah.
Everything's a clue.
Always listening.
Crisp.
Joanna, name a food Cat and Corey would take to space.
Well, you said that there would be dirt and water at this place, right?
Water and ample soil, a heat source, and cotton candy Faygo.
Well, you're gonna want to take some seeds for lettuce because you just need to grow your own freaking food, you hippie.
Cat,
Yeah.
would you consider lettuce seeds? Does lettuce even grow from seeds?
You said you had soil, water, and an ample heat source. I would assume you would be making crops wherever you would land. This is why I need to explain my answers, Corey.
It's a weird assumption because we did say name a food.
Lettuce is a
we
food.
Would take to space. Yeah, but are lettuce seeds a food?
But
Yeah, you can eat seeds.
I mentioned the
what kind of
soil
lettuce?
and the water and
Romaine,
the
I would
seed
say.
If you're not talking about doing, growing some food.
Romaine.
Cat?
That's why I'm
Would you
citing
prefer
it
iceberg?
anyway.
Whatever's easier for you to grow.
Iceberg
That's
is
worse
the
than
worst. It's like
romaine.
eating
Yeah.
air and beans.
Yeah.
I mean, listen.
I don't know what this mission to space is about, but I don't think you're trying to save anyone. So
No.
I chose poorly.
I'm eating Faygo and having a diabetic coma. I'm not doing anything. I don't even know if I'm
Cheesesteak.
planting seeds.
Oh.
So
would have been a good answer.
yeah, I don't think. First, I'm
I
not.
could change my answer, but I'm not like
You
I don't
you
think I
absolutely
can.
cannot. No, you've locked in.
Locked it in.
Was that
Thinking
first?
you cared about humanity.
You know,
Okay, so-
I feel like though we did say ample soil.
You
so
did.
That kind of leads
Yeah.
into that.
Yeah. Okay. You know what?
Otherwise, it's like,
What?
Yeah, we just have lots of dirt and soda, so say bacon.
Yeah, why'd you tell me about the
soda
soil
and
and the heat source, huh?
So, I don't want to say my reasoning behind it because it may give away some answers. But Kat, if you're okay with lettuce seeds, then we'll continue playing.
I hate that. I'm so okay with lettuce seeds. Now,
Yeah.
I want to do that now.
Fine. All right.
No real answer as to why I said yes.
That's fine. Absolutely fine. Paul, name a food Cat and Corey would take to space.
I'm just gonna keep it simple and say cheese.
Hell yes.
Slices of cheese. Who's not going to space with cheese?
So yeah, no, absolutely right. See, Paul knows how to play this game. He's right to the point. Amy.
Okay. I bet there's going to be some Nutella involved in this interstellar journey.
I am allergic to Nutella.
Fuck with Nutella.
I don't give a fuck. Rex.
Are you really?
Oh yeah, no, I'm allergic to hazelnuts and all tree nuts, but I will still smash the shit out of Nutella.
See?
Joanna, we're back to you. Name a food Cat and Corey would take to space. There's $6.50 in the bank.
Soft pretzel. There.
There you go.
Shut up and take it.
I won't say what was inside, but I did see
I'm
someone
picturing you,
make
like, in the ship to get ready to go to space, and we're just throwing food at you. Be like, you're gonna eat these on the way there, aren't you?
Yeah, no, this is for the car ride to space. This is not. Yeah. Paul, name a food Cat and Corey would take to space.
Well, if you're gonna have slices of cheese, I would assume you're gonna have slices of bread as well. So maybe a loaf of bread. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Cat,
Yes.
the answer that the man from the TV gave, he said a loaf of bread.
Yes.
Now that I think about it, that should be fine.
Wow.
The motto was always been give me bread till I'm dead. So, I guess what curious, what that's really.
Okay, yeah, what type of bread?
Oh, geez. Well, I'm gonna say it's sliced,
Sure.
Pre-sliced.
That sounds good so far.
Jeez.
We have the structure down.
Just name any bread at this point. Anything you might have seen in a book or magazine.
Well, I'm gonna say you guys are a little you're not so basic that you would just eat white Wonder Bread. So I'm gonna say
Correct.
maybe a nice wheat or multigrain.
Okay.
Yeah, I can fuck with a multigrain. You go with that?
Yeah, I fuck with Ezekiel bread heavy because that's the bread Jesus eats.
And
so
it's frozen, so
that's how I like to make my peanut butter jelly. They're biblical.
there you go. With the Lord. Amy, there's $7 in the bank. Name a food Kat and Corey would take to space.
Y'all are gonna need bacon.
I don't even have to ask about that. Joanna.
I feel like I have an advantage here because I know you and I know where you're from and I know your weaknesses, and I'm gonna say the gobbler.
Fuck.
If you're not from Philly, you don't know.
However,
your answer is just
Kat.
Yeah.
Well,
she's like, why did you eat
here's my trepidation.
Uh-huh.
The gobbler consists of bread.
So does a cheesesteak.
Yeah, so does a
Good point.
cheesesteak.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
We good with gobbler?
If we're on the moon and it's just me and you, we're gonna pretend it's Thanksgiving at some point.
That's all I need to hear. Gonna give some aliens smallpox, and we're gonna eat some turkey. All right. Paul, name a food Kat and Corey would take to space.
All right. Well, I'm hesitant to go here because I think it might cause me more problems. But I'm gonna say alcohol, the kind you drink, not the rubbing kind.
That's fine. No, I think if me and Kat are gonna go anywhere, we always have at least a flask on us. So
yeah.
I was worried that I might have to get specific, and I don't know you guys well enough. But I would have said whiskey. I would have said whiskey if I was pressed.
I think that would have been fine. I mean,
Yeah,
we're
okay.
really, me and Kat will probably drink just straight ethanol if we needed to.
Yes, I will.
So,
if it can take off your nail polish.
2020.
Yeah, exactly. Just Everclear in a generic bucket. I mean, that's pretty much.
I've done that. It's not
Yeah,
good.
me too. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that too.
Oh yeah, I've done that too.
Yeah, this is not a unique situation for any of us here. Amy, $7. Yeah, it's a barely lined trash can. $7.75 in the bank. Amy, name a food Kat and Corey would take to space.
Well, I definitely think that if I were going to space and I were in the car with you, as you said, I would want some tacos. Seriously.
Kat. So, imagine you're going to Taco Bell, right?
Yeah.
Now any Taco Bell you go to, you live in Central PA, I live in Baltimore, Maryland. It's about the same. I would say it takes about 10 minutes to get to a Taco Bell.
Yeah.
So 10 minutes to get to the Taco Bell.
Sure.
You order, presumably another 10 minutes to get home. We're not eating in the car. Just pretend that's part of this.
Sure.
Right. So in 20 minutes, that taco that you've gotten from Taco Bell, hard or soft, is at the very least a soggy mess.
Now hold on just a minute.
Yeah.
Now imagine, if you will, the time it takes to get from Earth to even what even a flat earther would consider traditional space.
Yeah, like 25 minutes.
It's at least 25 minutes.
Far too long for it to take.
Any taco, even a nice taco, I think, would succumb to being super duper soggy.
That shit's gonna succumb to the softness. Yeah.
Okay, a couple things here. Things.
Okay.
You took the cheesesteak.
And here's my reasoning. I've had 3-day-old cheesesteaks, cold as hell.
Okay.
Still great.
Another thing here.
Okay.
All that you said was taking with you. You didn't say stopping for on the way to space. this isn't slowing you down. You've already got your food.
Hey, Corey.
Well, but yes.
A space shuttle
Right.
travels at 17,000 miles per hour, and space is only 62 miles away.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh,
but there's also that countdown, which takes away precious time.
You
So-
can eat during the countdown.
Look, the music has actually stopped, so we need to make a decision.
Yeah, no.
Do we want
Take the
No, I
tacos.
don't want that in my space.
no tacos?
No tacos in space.
Oh,
Okay. The judge has
There are
spoken.
no tacos in space. I'm not going to space.
Well, Elon Musk won't let you anyway, so whatever. Joanna,
Yes.
you're in this position again. You have $7.75 in the bank. One correct answer will pop off Amy and take us to the final round.
Okay. Well, you
Name
know
of-
what?
Yep.
When you're getting ready to go to space, before you go, I'm gonna make this food myself with my 2 hands and with my love and with my weed. I'm gonna give you a batch of special brownies for space.
Ooh.
Kat, do you want weed brownies?
I can't think of anything that would give me more of a panic attack. To eat a pan of special brownies.
Oh.
Are
I was
you
afraid that would
insane?
happen.
I absolutely want the brownies.
Yeah!
And I'm gonna cry myself to sleep.
Oh, I mean, sometimes the panic attack is worth it. We're at $7.75. Amy, I'm sorry, you have been popped off.
Well, at least there's that.
We are going to move on to our final round. This will decide who moves on to our pressure cooker round. Paul, we're going to start with you. This is going to be a relatively rapid fire back and forth round, so I need you all to kind of keep it coming for all the marbles. Name something that would be painful to chug.
Something that would be painful to chug.
Yes.
Drano?
Correct. Joanna.
Boiling
Okay.
water.
Correct. Paul.
Lie?
Correct. Joanna.
Clothespins.
Definitely Paul.
Hair dye with ammonia in it?
Ooh.
Yep. Joanna.
Paper clips.
Correct. Paul.
Toilet duck? You know, they clean your toilet with it?
Oh!
Wait!
So, Kat, do you know off the top of your head how caustic toilet duck is? Because it looks very nice.
No, I don't, but I don't trust anything in my mouth that's nicknamed toilet duck.
Got
Fair
toilet
enough.
in the name.
Why, really?
It does have toilet in the name. You're not wrong, Joanna. There's $9.50 in the bank. Name something that would be painful to chug.
Fire ants.
Absolutely, Paul.
Liquefied ghost peppers.
Oh!
Ooh, Joanna.
Chalk. You don't think it?
What are you thinking?
I need a second to think.
Like a bunch of it at once.
I don't know. I feel like
Kat.
I don't agree with you, Corey, because you don't think it.
That will dry out your esophagus and it will be painful as fuck.
Kat, I register no specific complaints. I would just like your input. Is chalk a valid answer?
Yes.
Okay, that's all. I don't know why. A lot of stuff started going through my head, but I was like, no, let's just ask Kat, because Kat knows everything.
I know a few things.
There you go. Paul.
Hydrochloric acid?
Sounds like it would hurt. Joanna.
Hydrogen peroxide.
Mm.
Really?
Kat. I know. Is hydrogen peroxide a repeat of any previous answer, in your opinion?
No, but we're leaning real heavy into chemicals, and we're not getting anywhere near like that weird ass orange dreamsicle milk that they sell during like the spring. That would be painful.
Yeah, that's true.
Obviously, any chemical is going to be a shit show. Chemicals.
Do you want to put a moratorium on chemicals?
Yes.
Okay. So, Joanna, we're going to give you hydrogen peroxide.
Okay.
Now, no more chemicals.
That's what my mom told me.
It sounds like a parent's intervention of an emo kid. We gave you hydrogen peroxide. No more chemicals.
Romances. You play it too much and too loud.
Paul, 10.75 in the bank. Name something that would be painful to chug.
Jeez. Aquarium rocks.
Oh,
Yep. Joanna?
Shelled peanuts.
Ooh. Paul?
Those shells from the shelled peanuts. Okay.
I had to. Yeah. Oh, okay. Fine. I didn't want to, but I think I did anyway. Joanna?
Thumbtacks.
Oh.
Granite.
Oh, I know I said the other one. Lava.
Yeah? Lava would be very painful to chug.
That would not be fun.
Paul?
Cat fur. I'm specifically talking about a Maine Coon, by the way.
Cat?
Yeah.
You have hair.
I have some of it left. Yes.
Yep. Would you find it particularly painful to chug if you had a lot of cat hair?
Fur, not cat hair, cat fur.
Cat fur.
How would you even go about getting enough hair to chug it without?
That's a painful
felony offense.
See, that's a painful process in itself.
It is painful to become a felon, I'm told.
And to try to collect a bunch of cat hair, your chances are you will get scratched.
You just have to, have to fight them.
Well, I like mine fresh.
Cat, do you want to?
You can't chug cat hair. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna get right to it.
Oh man, I think you've never tried.
All right, Joanna.
Yes.
This is for $12.25.
Okay.
Name something that would be painful to chug.
Hornets.
Cat, do we want to? I feel like that's okay.
Yeah, I feel like I can at least find enough hornets to try to chug.
Yeah, I could chug a bunch of hornets.
I can chug at least 3.
With that in mind, congratulations, Joanna. You are today's big winner.
Excited.
You are going to. You have $12.25, and now you are going to move on to the pressure cooker round. Oh, look, the bottom bar is red now. All right, here's how the pressure cooker round works. I am going to give you a question, and then you will have 60 seconds to try to name the 10 predetermined things that are on the list that fall under that category. If you can do so, you will win $50. If you get one right, you get $1. If you get two right, you get $2. There's a whole chain. I don't have time to explain this to everyone else, but you know what it is. 10 answers in 60 seconds, and you win $50.
Okay.
Joanna, are you ready to play?
I am so ready.
All right. The question for this pressure cooker round. Name 10 specific scents that I really enjoy. Your time starts now.
Cheesesteaks, bacon, wafting trash, hot asphalt, roses, lavender, a new unboxing of a pop figure, scents, a hot game show wheel spinning under hot lights, oh gosh, pastrami, bagels, I don't know any other of the cuisines that smell really
30 seconds.
Justice, equality,
freedom,
men, women, being the the essential scent of
I'll give you women.
Women, yeah. Breakfast, winning a prize, getting an A on the test, getting a promotion.
Can I just add, what does winning smell like, Joanna?
She has no idea.
That's a sick ass burn.
I was expecting her to say napalm in the morning.
Oh, napalm! Oh, beautiful. Joanna, you got two right. You
threw me for that one.
You got bacon, which was correct.
Great.
And you said women. Specifically on the list, it says my wife's hair dye. I love the smell of her hair dye.
Nice.
So
what does she use?
I want to say it's Nutrice.
That's
something
good
I
stuff.
couldn't pay attention much further than that. I just know it makes the grocery bill go up $13. So you got those two. Here are the other ones in no particular ranking. Mint. Love mint.
Oh, I should have known that.
Gasoline.
Should we be saying in bed after each of these? That's what we're supposed to do here, right?
Do it inside. Do it inside your head. And then quietly chuckle.
Including huffing? Oh, I didn't even think of that.
I love the smell of gasoline. Let me tell you. My grandparents' basement. Love it. Lemon. Chocolate. Pumpkin. Also, just that's my nickname for you all the time, Joanna. Lemon, chocolate, pumpkin. New car scent. Love a new car scent. And campfire. I love campfire. Yeah. So, unfortunately, you are leaving. Well, fortunately, I suppose you're leaving the pressure cooker around with $2. You got two of our answers right. So you're going to be leaving us with $14.25. Congratulations! Everyone, give Joanna a round of applause. Joanna, do you have anything that you would like to plug while you're here with us?
Check out my podcast. It's called Apocalypse Now, and you can find it on the Apocalypse Podcast Network with a lot of other cool shows. Plug.
Thank you very much. And Paul, do you have anything you'd like, since you're here, anything you would like to plug as well?
I do. I host my own game show called All Your Favorite Game Shows, where we play Price is Right and Match Game and a bunch of stuff like that. I do it every 2 weeks on my Twitch channel, which is The King OTV. And then you can watch them all on my YouTube channel. Just search Paul Goebel on YouTube, and they're all there. Corey was supposed to play this week, but then my computer crashed. So hopefully we'll have another game on Wednesday, and it'll be fantastic.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Amy, do you have anything you want to talk? Say?
Sure.
Yeah?
Sure. Every Wednesday night, I do a online performance with my vocal duo Bigger Stars. So you can check us out. You can find we broadcast it on Facebook, and then we often later post it on YouTube.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Well, that'll be really fun. And Dan, I leave you to last because you are an illustrious performer here on Highwire Improv. Tell us about your improv stylings here, please. And other things, whatever you want to talk about. You have the floor.
Anything.
I mean, within reason.
How do you feel about the Orioles? No, that's something to talk about.
I'm a Phillies fan, so I feel your pain.
I know. You've won at least a couple World Series recently.
Oh, yeah. I was still young and relatively thin when that happened, so.
So my improv group, of which a couple other people, awesome people like Katie, who I see is watching this game show, is also a part of. We are called Bonsai Time. I'm pushing really hard for our intro song to be Mr. Miyagi singing Drunk when Daniel. So if everybody could find Bonsai Time on Facebook and push for Mr. Miyagi singing Drunk, that would be great.
That sounds amazing. And I have things to plug, even though this is my own show. And it's not a thing that I did, but it's a thing that everyone should buy. And I'm going to send her a clip anyway. This is a book called Answers in the Form of Questions by Claire McNear. It is the insider's history It's the definitive history and insider's guide to Jeopardy. It's a fantastic book, and I'm inside of it. Yeah, and not just like a creepy Barnes and Noble naked man in a trench coat kind of way. She actually interviewed me, so my name is in the book, and if you cite me in an academic paper, you will get. I'll give you $10. So,
wow.
If it's for anything postgraduate, it's $25. So, anyway, thank you so much for all of you playing, and we'll see you all next time on Pop Off.